Too many.
I haven't,
I actually like to move up there. Got out of here. I think we could make a winter road. Just so we know what's going on there.
we just had a meeting.
40.
Is that what it is?
Well, the vote was 20 against 20. Right.
20. I knew I should have raised both of my hands. So most of them have.
I thought it was interesting. I couldn't actually accept that. Off-grid said if it's a degree, what do you need the money for? I liked it.
Close enough?
Has to be done.
Get through some of the stuff. Use some stuff.
Okay, folks, we'll call the meeting to order. Please join me, join Ed, salute the flag.
Oh, don't stand up.
Oh, careful with that. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Nice to see everyone here. Any public input? Okay. Then we will review some meeting minutes. We have 2-4. That's continuing on. I wasn't at the meeting. We normally have the selectmen approve them and sign them. At the last meeting, Brian wasn't here, so we didn't sign them. So we have one signature for the 2-4-25 regular meeting minutes. So I'll make a motion that we approve them.
I'll second that. I've read these meetings and I will sign and approve them. All those in favor? It's just me.
Are you in favor? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And then we have 3-4.
I have read through these minutes as well, and I had no adjustments or corrections. I think it's well done. So I will make a motion that we approve the meeting minutes from March 4th, 2025.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
I'm sorry.
Aye?
I and one abstain.
Aye.
Oh, you have
No.
to say you weren't.
Oh,
You weren't here,
so
you have to
you can't
abstain.
approve those minutes.
I'm staying.
And we have one motion to make to correct the tax exemption on the 2-4 meeting minutes. There was an exemption that was documented as $39,600 for a elderly exemption. The corrected number is $30,000. So I'll make a motion that we correct the meeting minutes from February 4th to make that number $30,000.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
You abstaining.
Okay, the next order of business is to reorganize the board. And our first meeting after town meeting, I'll make a motion that Ed Gauthier become the chairman of the board.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Is mine? All right, I'll take it from here. Meeting adjourned. No.
Vice chair?
Oh, I'll make a motion that we appoint Rich as the vice chair.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, now it's yours.
Okay, on new business. We have a new parking ordinance that is still in the process of being developed. And that was one of the ones we talked about having a public input on as well, Rich, right? So let's move that to the end of April, the second meeting
Okay.
in April. And when we post, we'll put out a notice that we want public input on that. Right, so the second meeting in April is going to be the 15th.
Yeah.
Okay, then we have the building permit application. That was the other one we wanted to do them together at that public input, right? So let's move that one to the 15th as well.
So do you want me to post those so people can see them prior to this
Yes.
meeting? What do you want to do with the parking ordinance, since I can't post that if I don't have it?
With
The parking ordinance?
the parking ordinance, I'll get it to you.
Okay.
I'll get it to you before the end of the week. And we have home occupation, business application. Have you had a chance to look at that in any detail? I think it's something that I'd like to look at.
Yes, I agree.
You got it, I guess.
So why don't we take public input on that also?
That's a good idea. We'll move this one to the
Yeah.
April 15th.
Noted.
So we'll give you a chance to look at all three of those, figure out where we are, and be able to offer some input as well.
Okay.
Okay, next item on the agenda, town clerk, credit card acceptance. How are we doing with that, Karen?
Yes, we continue to try to respond to the residents' needs and inquiries, and a lot of people are really wanting the customer over-the-counter credit cards. So we've gotten everything in place with the Heartland to set up a separate account for ACH and credit card payments. All of the electronic ones that are online right now will go into the same account with the credit cards that will come in over the counter. There's no fees for the town. The customer will have to absorb all the fees. The only cost to the town is the card processing device, and I had emailed the specifications for the two options with our vendor to the Selectmen. One is $325, the other is $550, and really the only difference is that one is Bluetooth, so it can travel if we had any special programs or projects off-site. We could still use credit cards. I don't know that that would be necessary for the cost difference. There is a swipe out plan available for $85. It's an annual plan. It will automatically swipe out for the updated machines if you purchase that plan. But otherwise, that's the upfront cost. I did just run it past John. I sent him the specifications and he was fine with hooking it up to our computer. So I just wanted to ask for permission of the Selectmen to begin our credit card.
I'm assuming the Bluetooth one is the more expensive of the two?
Yes, it's $550 versus the $325.
On the $85 annual swap out, does that have the Bluetooth capability?
That's just basically a replacement fee so that it can be swiped out. It would be for a similar device. So it's not going to upgrade it or anything. That's just basically, if there's anything, it's just
So no
basically,
matter which one we choose, we still
it's the
want to
same
do the
fee,
85?
the same replacement fee.
Okay.
Good question.
Sure.
Will the public know how much their fee is going to be before they swipe?
Yes, we can actually run up their entire, we can let them know exactly what the total will be, what the fees will be, the total amount before they.
So it's a sliding fee if I register my truck for $3,000?
Yes, it's there's a convenience fee
Yeah.
of 2.99%.
Yeah.
The minimum credit card convenience fee would be $250. If it's an ACH payment, it's $250. The item fee is $1.75, and then it would be whatever their credit card charges them.
So there's no fee based upon the value of what they're charging? It's just
The credit card may charge them that, but we don't collect that. These are just the fees that would go to the vendor. We won't collect any, we will not get any town fees out of it. It's just a convenience from our perspective.
Yeah, what I
But
was-
the vendor will get that, and then any credit card fees automatically go to the
Okay.
client. Does that make sense? Is that answering what you were asking?
Almost.
Okay, can I?
If I charge $1,000,
Mhm.
I'm not gonna be surprised by someone in the system charging me 10%.
No, no. They will get the upfront fees that the vendor's charging, and they'll also see what their credit card is going to charge them at the same time. And that's basically how E-Reg works, our current system online.
Okay.
They see all their fees before they actually swipe their card,
Excellent, thank you.
if that helps.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, any other questions for Karen?
Steve Berry, Wentworth. So you're talking about $1,000, but, you know, if we're just registering our car, you know, maybe $300. Can you guess as to what the fee to, that somebody's going to charge me?
I think I would have to get my calculator actually to do it, only because of the 2.99%. I would have to go in
So it's
and calculate.
3% of,
So it's 3% of your 300.
no,
Whatever that
does
is, not understanding.
Bluetooth, does the Cube do the same thing?
Well, we're limited to what we can use because of our vendor. We only have 2 options.
Oh,
And the fees are what the vendor, basically because we're not charging a fee to the town, the vendor collects the fees for the services, basically.
okay.
But that was the point of my question. You don't want to be surprised when you get your statement that there's a large fee there.
Yeah,
And as long as they see it going in,
Yeah, they'll know up front. And just like I said, the current process with the electronic ones, it shows you all of your fees. And it is a little bit surprising how much people are willing to pay in fees to do the convenience of the credit card.
yeah,
But, yeah, you would know before you swipe what your fees are.
I'll bring a checkbook.
Yeah, I know. It's only one check now.
Yeah,
But, we do have a lot of demand. Actually, this week I had 2 people come in with credit cards. So it's the expectation, I believe, these days.
Okay, does that answer your question, Steve?
Mhm.
Any other questions? All right, is there any opinion from the board? Is there any motion?
I'll make a motion that we go with the model and system that you recommended. That was the Bluetooth model.
Actually, no, mine is the other model, the PAX A80. It doesn't have the Bluetooth, it's hooked to the machine. The one with the Bluetooth is $550, but I don't know that we'll be using that outside of our office. That's basically for convenience if your town does a lot of special activities that they charge for. If we did a rabies clinic and wanted to take the device with us. So,
I'll still go with your recommendation without the Bluetooth.
thank you.
I do have one more question, I didn't think of a question. If we had the Bluetooth, with the connectivity that we've created this past year at the townhouse, we're over there?
It should work over there,
Okay, so as
yes.
long as we're within reach of our network. it
Mhm.
would work. Okay. All right, so the motion's on the floor to accept the lesser of the two, 329, did I get that number?
325.
All right, 325. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
All right, is there any discussion? Karen?
I don't want to interrupt you in the middle of that, but do you want the swipe out plan? Or do you want, is that a separate motion?
Oh, you want to combine them both into one? Okay.
Including the swipe out plan, which is just a replacement plan for the once a year.
Yes, and no additional cost if it breaks.
Your second's still good?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Ed?
Can this charging system be also used for our fees for our building permits, et cetera? Because I think that would be a convenience also. Just to-
I can't answer that right now, but just from a logical standpoint, I would think there's that probability could exist down the road. So that you can do swiping anywhere for anything within the town services. Karen?
It could currently be an issue only because this is connected to the software and we have different softwares. So I'm not sure how Avatar will work. They may have their own device that has to be hooked up to their system. I don't know, Rose, if you can answer that, but it's, this is specific to ClerkWorks.
So it wouldn't work for everything, but the concept of being able to swipe, no matter where you are or what you're doing.
It would assist with record keeping also, because it would go into the system and you would have an electronic triggering of the items that are being asked for.
I mean, that's probably down the road, and it's probably not a bad idea. We're not there yet. We'll start with baby steps here first. Any other discussion? Okay, motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor? Manifest by saying aye.
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 Aye. All right, so you're all set to go with the 325 plus the 85 replacement option.
Thank you.
All right, before we get into the town meeting, let's just go through the boards that are around here. Starting, Bob, Heritage Commission.
Yeah, Bob Servasic, on behalf of the Heritage Commission. I'd like to make an announcement based on Mary Lou McLean. Our chairman is not with us tonight, but she asked me to make this statement. This Saturday, the 22nd at 10 a.m., the Heritage Commission is kicking off its 2025 series of events. And this Saturday, we start with making maple syrup. And the presenter is Brookfield's own Ed Goffier, who I consider a master mapleist. Huh? I made that up. Anyway.
We can tell.
So if,
Do you want that in the minutes, Bob?
I'm sorry?
Do you want that in the minutes?
Oh yeah, master mapleist.
Okay.
In quotes. I like that. So if you want to learn about the art of making maple syrup, this Saturday, 10 o'clock, Townhouse. Thank you.
Okay, so who else do we have here? Rose?
Yes, I do have something. Last month, I indicated that there were two properties that were potentially going to be up for deeding this year. One of them has paid, the other has not. So here's some paperwork. I'm giving you a waiver letter that you would need to get to me before April 21st at noon. If you have a reason why that property should not be deeded to the town. The second piece of paper there is the first page of an RSA that talks about the deeding process and what is the valid reason for not deeding, as well as a bunch of other stuff. The third page is, since this property is occupied, if we decide that it will be deeded, then you have a tenant. So there's some RSAs. I think there's two sheets, two different RSAs on the tenants section there. So April 21st at noon is the deadline, and I'll be back on the 15th of April to see what you guys have decided to do.
Okay, we'll take it up for advisement. Anything else?
No, nothing now. I didn't give you the full RSAs because they were very lengthy, but you know how to look them up.
Karen, do you have anything from the Municipal Records Committee?
We meet next Tuesday at 6 p.m. So we'll continue our work on.
Okay. Let's see, we got, Brad, do you have anything that you want to offer tonight?
Yes, fire permits are required as of today, due to lack of snow cover. So they're not required until we get sufficient snow cover, hopefully not Thursday night, but next winter.
Okay. Leah, would you put that on the webpage too, under Government News, and probably send out a blast as well?
Yep.
Okay. Anything else, Brad?
Town carpentry projects, when would you like to hear about those?
Sorry, what was it?
Town carpentry projects? On the schoolhouse door, I noticed there's no doorknob on there. Well, there's a doorknob, but it doesn't latch. Would you like something that latches so the wind doesn't blow it open?
Yeah, we'll have to talk about that. We gotta get the Heritage Commission on board with that as well.
Okay.
So we'll discuss it and we'll bring it up for the next meeting.
Which door is it, Brad, just so I
The
can...
back door,
Back to coastal, right?
it's got a knob, but it doesn't latch. I noticed blowing, it kept blowing open.
Okay.
Well, there's a couple issues, right? We have to have it has to be a panic bar on it, is that true?
No, you've already got that on there.
Well, I think what we need is to be able to get in from the outside with a key. That's going to be a little bit more challenging with that locking mechanism.
It's not a problem to get out, it's a problem to get in. That's the issue with the door.
It has to be an ingress issue.
We like to be able to get in.
Okay. Then just upgrade to a panic bar like we have here.
I don't know that. If that's what it is.
Let me research it.
Thank you.
Okay, anything else?
That's it?
Meg?
Nothing.
You good? Bertie?
Where the cemetery trustees are meeting on April 1st at 9:30.
Okay. Chris, what do you got for us?
Nothing tonight.
All right. I see no other departments present here.
Yes, you do.
Oh, I'm sorry, Leah. Oh,
Thank you.
most important.
But the most important, I do have things to say. So there are several trainings coming up for local officials. There's going to be the do's and don'ts of adopting ordinances on Wednesday, April 2nd from noon to 1. The do's and don'ts of lot line adjustments and mergers on Wednesday, April 9th from noon to 1. Both of these just sound so thrilling, don't they? And just their New Hampshire Municipal Association's general annual local officials training on Thursday, April 24th from 9 a.m. to 4:30. I have signed us up for all of them and we'll have everything set up in here for any of our officials that want to attend any of those. As for Rose's computer, John told me this afternoon that the hard drive was completely dead. So he's replaced it and reloaded Windows and will return it tomorrow.
So let me ask one critical question. We did some work with backing up to the server. Are we okay now? He'll be able to reload all the stuff that she had on her hard drive?
I have not asked him that question yet. I assume he would have told me if that was an issue, but
Definitely want to follow up on that.
yes.
I'm assuming.
Most of it's on the server, so.
Yeah.
And I have 2 townhouse requests. Oh, and also the laptop. Okay. The first is for Saturday, April 5th. The Brookfield Women's Society would like to use the townhouse from 9 a.m. to noon for their just spring tea. If you guys are okay with that.
Any issues with that? No. I'll make the motion we approve it then.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
And April 23rd or 25th, whichever is available, which I meant to double check and I didn't. I think they're both available, so either or. Carroll County Farm Bureau would like to use the building from 5 to 9 p.m. for their potluck meeting. Could be about 30 people.
23rd is a Wednesday and the 25th is a Friday. Now, are they a political organization with Carroll County, or is Carroll County just the name?
I'm not sure.
Nonprofit?
I have the form. I did not talk to the person, so I'm not sure.
Brad?
They're part of the Farm Bureau of Concord. Every county has their own sub-association, shall we say. And then they're part of the Farm Bureau. It's all the agricultural folks, basically, just there. It's not a social organization, but they do lobbying, they do social activities.
I'm sure their potluck will be pretty tasty then.
Just a bunch of farmers.
All right.
I don't know if it makes a difference, the actual requester that's representing the group is a Brookfield resident.
Okay. All right, any issues, comments?
Is it open to the public? No.
I'm not sure.
Is it a moneymaker?
No. Not a moneymaker, I don't know if it's a public event or not.
So I assume, I don't know what to assume with respect to the cleaning fee.
That's what was coming into my mind as well. It will require a cleaning up or something to that extent.
You want to table it till the next meeting and I'll get some more information?
Let's do that.
All right.
Do you have any questions also?
I do not.
Okay. So, I give you guys a spec sheet on the speaker tower camera thing. Again, I got rid of the pictures and made the word bigger so you could actually see it. And then also for an HP laptop. This is one that John has recommended for our very modest needs as far as computers go.
All right, I'm seeing a couple of different numbers here. I see the 342 is highlighted. Is that the one that John's working on?
Yes.
Okay. So on the backside, it says 501, I could ignore that, that's something different.
Yeah, pay no attention and stuff on the back.
And then I see a 360, that's for the pop-up.
For the tower that has the camera that follows you when you talk and whatnot.
So it'll be $702 total between the two.
Yes.
Okay, any comments? Do we have a motion?
I make a motion that we buy the computer that's recommended as well as the supporting hardware.
Okay, I'll second that, and I'll open the floor for discussions.
What was the cost? The cost?
It would be a total of $702. That would include the laptop and the tower speaker. Any other questions?
Where's the computer coming from?
Amazon.
Just make sure that the components in the computer are not listed on the prohibited equipment list. You can get that list from the State Homeland Security Office.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, any other comments, questions? Okay, motion's on the floor to authorize Leah to spend $702 for the laptop and the pop-up microphone. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Aye opposed or aye?
I oppose. Sorry.
Okay, so it's a no. Okay. So the motion passes, 2 in favor, 1 opposed.
Yep. I'm sorry, you said prohibited equipment or prohibited,
Prohibited equipment.
thank you. Yep. So that's the end of the
Okay, and I skipped
Mr. Chairman?
enough for the manifest. You got anything as a treasurer that you want to talk about?
No, thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
in regards to the training for municipal officers, will it include the 91A training?
I believe the RTK was on it, right? I think that was on.
I think they're going to cover it, not as extensively as their specific 91A training, but that is part of that training, yes.
Just as the board changes over, it's good to have new members be aware of the
I gave them a
right to know
packet.
law. Okay. the training's good too. And I believe they have an online training if you're an
Yes.
official, and I don't think that costs any for officials. And that's from the New Hampshire Municipal Association.
Right, if we're NHMA, and we are, there's no
Okay.
fee.
Thank you.
Okay, let's move on then to town election recap. Everybody recognize Austin, who's our new selectman. Welcome aboard. And what else we got? Repeat offenders, I guess, no, that's the wrong term. Re-elected officials is a better way to say it. Okay. We got to also do committee assignments. I'm happy with the committees that I'm on. I don't care to branch out in any direction yet. What are your thoughts?
I think we should have Austin on the Conservation Commission and the Heritage Commission, because those two commissions meet in the evening.
That's an interesting point.
Brian was on the Heritage Commission, so there's no one covering that.
Right, and it's a voting member
No,
position.
he's not a voting member. There's only one committee where you're a voting member, and that's the planning board.
No. We went through this last summer.
Okay.
Heritage Commission rep is a voting member of the Heritage Commission.
Okay.
So, am I incorrect?
No, I was just, the selectman rep on the Heritage is a voting member.
Right.
Is a voting member.
Right.
So,
So I think that would be a good one for you to sign up to.
Okay.
They do meet at 6 p.m. on the
Third Wednesday.
third Wednesday.
third Wednesday.
Okay.
I'd prefer to stay with conservation, but I hear what you're saying, because they do meet at night.
And he only has one, we have multiples.
Right. Yeah. All right,
You're welcome to come, just as a member of the public, you know.
That's my thought.
yeah. No, that's not a bad thought. Would you be interested in doing the Conservation Commission?
Yes.
It's the first Wednesday of the month
Okay.
at 6 o'clock.
So you pick up a couple of Wednesdays. Okay, start with those two. We don't want to overwhelm you yet.
Okay.
Sounds good. All right, and you're good with the ones that you're already on? Did Brian have another one we got to cover?
No, he didn't. When he got sick, he only ended up with
That's
this one.
what I thought.
I don't believe he was on trustee for the trust fund, was it?
No, I have not.
It is.
Okay,
I would, let's make a motion on that one to make sure the planning board's legal. So, we make a
all
motion.
right, I make a motion that Rich be the selectman's rep on the planning board.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, it's official, you're on the planning board. Okay, we've got some signatures required here too, from the mail. One of them deals with the timber cut on the town property, where a bond was put up front, taxes were paid, and it looks like we're making an adjustment of 50 cents. It's gonna go back to the property owner, which is us. No?
It goes back to the, is it the
Oh,
logger or the,
Okay, I think, Tim, I think the logger paid
go
it.
back to Tim, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll go back to Tim, that's where the check came from.
Yeah, so we owe him 50 cents. So I will make a motion that we approve its tax yield assessment of 50 cents, to be returned to Mr. Nolan. Do I have a second on that?
I'll second it.
Any discussion?
So what do we get for a cut, value for a cut?
The value
On the first page, yeah.
that's identified here, total assessed value is $25,524.27.
So we got 10%.
Correct.
Plus,
The
that's the tax, I shouldn't go here.
tax at 10% is $2,552.44.
The reason I shouldn't go here is because we got paid for the lumber, now we're paying ourselves for the tax. Whenever it's public land, it gets very confusing. Because, I can explain it offline if anybody wants to hear about it, it's exciting.
Okay, all those in favor, oh, did I already call for the vote? Yes, we did. This passed, right?
No, I have a motion and a second, I don't have a,
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, that passes. Okay, we also have a request for an elderly exemption. So it would be an exemption in the amount of $30,000 on the assessed value of the property.
Which we just changed at town meeting.
That's correct.
But he'll update the computer system when he put the form in. It was for 30, but it's going to 50.
That's of the assessed value, it's not what they give back. So, our assessor has done all of the proper paperwork to identify the owner's assets and income, and they are indeed qualified. So I'll make a motion that we approve the elderly exemption as it was presented by the assessor. And it will be in the amount of $50,000 based on the most recent warrant article that was passed.
I'll second.
All right, motion's been made and seconded. Any discussion? All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't.
Aye.
Okay, a little too quick in the gun there, sorry about that. So that's passed. Okay. Okay, we have an abatement on the assessed value for map 30 lot 4. And the abatement on the assessed value is $186,500. It was an error in the assessment, it was pointed out, and the assessor has concurred that he did in fact err.
did you say 186.5?
186,500.
That's an error in the assessed value.
Is there a map and lot number to that particular
Yes,
one?
I did say it.
Map 30?
Map 30 lot 4.
Thank you.
Okay, again, the assessor has modified all the paperwork, verified that he did in fact err, and has submitted this abatement for our approval. So, do I have a motion to approve abatement?
This is the abatement. Why don't you give us that number?
Okay, yep. As a result of this abatement, $186,500, it would result in a decrease in taxes owed of $2,081.34. plus any interest that may be incurred.
So I'll make a motion that we abate the 2,000, whatever you said it was, $2,081.34 plus interest.
Okay. I'll second that. And open it up for discussion. Any questions from the floor? Okay, with no questions, I'll call a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? It's passed. So not one, I think. The last one. And then those three. Okay, I think we're ready for the manifest. You are?
And does she normally pass out checks? From Bartlett Tree Experts, $2,240. Carroll County Registry of Deeds, $42. Charter Communications, $99.98. Frank Frazier for $128.
Did you have any comment about what that was for? Is it coming out of their conservation fund, or is it coming out of?
It is a ballot clerk.
Oh, that's right, that's right. Yep.
Kinville Construction, $1,020. And a second one for $2,150.
For a total of $31,700.
Yes. Long Meadow Hardware for $1.59. Mitchell Municipal Group for $2,104.60. Municipal Resources for $2,792. The NHTCH charity.
I don't know what the municipal resources is.
Is that MRI?
And I can check right here.
Municipal Resource Inc.
No, I don't know.
I think it might be the auditors, but I'm not sure. I guess I wouldn't pay until we get that clarified.
Okay.
I can't tell.
So it's finance software, maintenance and support, so. All right, so what we'll do is strike that amount from the bottom line when we get there. And we'll approve, assuming the others get approved. That's what we'll.
And I assume you don't know what it's for, okay?
No,
It
sorry.
would be Joanne, she's not here tonight. Okay, so we're not going to do that one.
There you go, put that one a little bit.
Then the, for a spring workshop from NHTCA Charity Baker, which was $60.
That's the tax collector's workshop.
Okay. The postmaster for $73.
Treasurer, that was you guys. Treasurer did that.
Yeah. R.C. Bradshaw and Company, and that was our town report for $1,127.68.
How many copies did we get?
I want to say 150.
we used to have a bunch, and we went to 250. We don't get rid of them, and now we're at 150. And there's plenty left.
Oh, good.
Oh, there's plenty left.
White Mountain Oil and Propane, $426.85. And
Make a modification, so we're going to take that 12 minus some number.
yeah, $2,792.
Try it in my head. Do it from here. Stop.
You said 792, right?
2,000, oh, what we're subtracting?
Yeah.
$2,792.
2,000.
$9,473.70. Okay.
So our total is $9,473.70.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve the modified manifest.
I'll second. Any discussion?
What was the Bartlett?
That was for the cemetery trustees working on your cemetery, doing tree maintenance.
Any other questions? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, with that, I'll adjourn the meeting, and we're simply going to finish signing off all of the paperwork that we approved and the checks that we authorized tonight. Thank you all for coming, I appreciate it. Good turnout, a lot of people here today.
Did you sign these?
It should be able to figure it out.
Oh, we did. I put the money up.
What we have to do, these are the checks. Each of the items is 3 and each check requires 3 signatures.
You gotta pull that out, right?
So what we're doing is once we sign all, and then we over the form and
That was good when they called. They were. Oh, well.
so what we're doing this one.
They're not the keys to help.
Write your name, print your name, and
Take care. See you, maybe I'll see you soon.
You're still on,
I did do it out. I got this.
Thank you. That's good.
Just couldn't do it under pressure.
I don't want to make any mistakes.
That stuff, right? Don't worry about it.
You want to pass it to me? I'll be the third.
oh, that's right, it's from, you can't sign the checks.
Yeah, we already said no tonight.
But you can sign all the other documents.
I have you all, obviously you're not going to sign these meetings, but we'll all review them, and we'll all sign one copy. It's got in the binders over there.
So we should, as the head, should tell Austin why he's going to these committee meetings.
Just so you know, I guess, or
Doesn't know it all.
The heritage and for the conservation. This is the 50-cent adjustment on the timber tax for the town of Brookfield.
That cleared up quick.
This was the abatement.
Did you give me the,
And then this is the overlay flag.
I think we're signing it. I don't know.
do you have the manifest?
The manifest.
It should be right.
This one.
Yeah.
I think the one's there.
Yeah.
Something else, I just want the timber tax.
No.
Timber tax.
Switch.
You want that one?
Thank you.
This one?
No. That's what Rose would do. That's my head. So, yep. So not that you're
Two signatures for some of them.
You good, no more business?
Nope, you're done. Nothing on the table.
6:51.
Okay.
I can take the timber warrant and the abatement.
So this one is the timber
That's the
warrant.
timber warrant.